everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am breaking out of my shell again today, and I gotta admit it's been a few weeks since I've done a video for my channel, and really I was just trying to wrap my head around what my goal is for my channel, and really trying to figure out how to best reach my audience and share my life and inspire other people. And so I decided, with all the things that I'm doing in my life today, that I'm just going to continue to journal, document my journey via video and share it with you all in hopes that it would inspire, encourage my audience that might be perhaps experiencing some of the same things that I'm experiencing in my life today. So just a little back side of my story here. I moved from Detroit, Michigan to Conway, South Carolina, which is right there at Myrtle Beach, outside of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, if you guys are familiar with that. I did this about 3.5 years ago, and since then, I've been on a journey to set my life up so that I become financially free and debt-free, and just put myself in a position where I'm not struggling and I'm not a burden to my family, who's back in Detroit. I have a son and a daughter, and they have, family. They have their children and their careers. I'm 56 years old. I don't have any savings. I haven't planned for retirement. And my move here has been a struggle. The pay for jobs here are very low. The cost of living is going up, and that's everywhere. But so when I got here, I was debt-free with the exception of my car note. But then trying to keep up and pay bills and do things, I got into some financial debt with my credit card. Well, actually, I still had a student loan, but that's a whole nother story. So, I started this YouTube channel because I felt like I wanted to tell my story, because there's so many of us in my age that's out here going through the same challenges. And I was a little, I had a lot of anxiety about my financial situation and what it looks like for me in the future. And I've had to, rely on people to help me since I've been here. And I decided that's not the life I want. I don't want to be a burden to anyone. I need to set my life up so that if anything, I can take care of myself. If something should happen to me, my family won't be burdened with the expenses. So those are the things that I'm kind of looking at, setting my life up for today, so that I can be independent and not be a burden. Have you thought about that? If you're a person that's, you're in your late 50s, early 60s, maybe you didn't make the best financial choices and you haven't set yourself up for retirement, or set yourself up in a position where you're not relying on your family down the line to take care of you, then we're in the same boat. And so I wanted to document my journey to really help those that are in this position. And so that's what this video is about. So basically, getting the regular job here means that I would only be paid somewhere between 11, 12, maybe $13 an hour. I don't care what it is. Customer service is my background. Caregiving is my background. But all of those jobs are very low-paying jobs. When it comes to customer service, like, excuse me. This is my cup, Big Red. I keep this on the road with me, and I'm going to talk to you about why I'm on the road, right? So, customer service. I used to work for AT&T. I did work for Blue Cross Blue Shield. Anyway, I have been in customer service my entire adult life mostly, and then I transferred over to caregiving from that job. I've done a lot of other things in the entrepreneurial realm where I wanted to be. I wanted to become an entrepreneur, right? So I've always looked into things to become my own boss, but never found anything that I was really passionate about. I would just get into things because people would bring them to me, and so I've done Avon and Mary Kay, and I've had a travel business, I've had an art business, I've had, I've been involved in a lot of multi-level marketing, and really it just helped me to see that those things weren't for me. I've done real estate, I've gotten into tax preparation. So it was just a lot of things that I would do, but I was never really successful enough to become, it never sustained me. I'd make a little money here or there. And so here I am, I'm in South Carolina. Again, jobs paying $12, $13 an hour. So, of course, it's unrealistic in this market, but that's where they are in this state. They're not a state where you can come to and expect to take care of your family unless you are working 2 or 3 jobs, which most people here do. So what I decided to do, I decided to look, of course, into content creation to help people to be inspired if they're in my situation. I also have started my own notary business, which is a lot of different avenues that you can go to make money doing that, being a mobile notary. So I figured it was more beneficial for me to be in business for myself, and to also set my own schedule and set my own level of income. So that's what I do on right now, is I'm into the entrepreneurial phase of my life where I don't have to worry about people relying on me. I can, I don't have children to take care of. So here I am. I'm setting up my life the way that I want. So I do a couple of things. Again, I am into my notary business. Notary signing agent is what I'm shooting for. I'm doing general notary work, loan signing, apostilles, field inspections. So all of those things are going to be under the umbrella, or are under the umbrella of my notary business. In addition to that, so what I'm doing right now to sustain myself until that business is leveling off where it's starting to create some income for me, I do Walmart delivery, Instacart delivery, Lyft driving, driving for Lyft. And I don't know, I have an account with DoorDash, but I haven't done that in quite a while. So I decided what I would do is I would document a day, each day while I'm on the road, because this is where I practically live in my car at this point. So I haven't been home to really record videos, so I said, you know what, I can use this opportunity to inspire someone. So that's what I'm doing today. Today I've been out in the field inspection realm, and that's again under my notary business. So I work for a couple of field inspection companies. Well, I contract with them. A couple of field inspection companies, which really is going to help me to build that business, right? So in my capacity as a field inspector, a lot of times I'm sent out to inspect real estate property for mortgage companies, or I'm sent out to inspect autos, in case like when they get accidents for auto claims. So I go out and I take pictures of the vehicles. I also, for some companies, they have me go out and put out collection notices for people who haven't paid, either for a car loan or home improvement loans, different loans that they may have taken out, student loans, different things of that nature. So I deliver letters. I'm like a courier. I'm doing that under the umbrella, and so that's what I've been out doing today. And sometimes it takes me throughout the South Carolina area, and I get paid sometimes, $40 or $50 for these orders. And so I just got through doing 4 orders at $50 each, and it took me 2 hours, so that's $200. And so that's part of what I'm doing under my notary umbrella. And then later on today, I'll probably go out and make an additional $100 doing grocery deliveries with Walmart or Instacart, depending on which one is the busiest. So there are things that we can do that can really help us to step up and become financially free, and become, so this is just my process of working through my debt, putting all that I earn. And so, you know what? If you're in a situation, give me a second because my camera moved a little bit. But if you're in a situation where you're struggling and you want to get out of debt, you want to start setting your life up, you're in your late 50s, early 60s, and you haven't yet set yourself up, don't beat yourself up about it. It's not too late to start. My goal is to get out of debt, get some finances saved up, and to continue to build my businesses. And so I just want to encourage you, if that's something that you're looking to do, even if you are not as aged as I am, and you haven't started planning, start making some plans now. it's not too late to do the things that you want to do to set yourself up. I just don't want to be a burden to my family, and that's my whole goal. So hopefully this video will encourage you to do the same and share your journey, because that's what I'm going to be doing, is sharing my journey and talking about how my days are going, how my finances are going, how my businesses are picking up, So I want to thank you for just listening to me kind of talk about that, and I hopefully you'll find this encouraging. And I'll check you out in the next video.